Good morning, class. Welcome to today's English grammar lesson. With me, I am your teacher, Alexander. In this lesson, we shall be looking at the topic punctuation and how to understand the function and the use of punctuation. In today's lesson, we will demonstrate the appropriate use of punctuation when writing. Now, let's look at the function of punctuation. Punctuation is actually used in writing to indicate pauses, to indicate stops, to indicate use of question or quotation marks as the case may be. So, in in speech or in spoken language or English, when you people talk, you can literally hear them where they have stopped, where there is a comma. So punctuation is used in written language to indicate comma, that is pauses, a short pause, a long pause like comma. It used to indicate the beginning of a sentence and the end of a sentence, the beginning of another point to another. When you're making your list too, punctuation indicates all of this. So we have different kinds of punctuation symbols that we use to indicate different pauses or accents or intonation in language, and that is why we use punctuation. Now, we look at various type of punctuations. There are very many, but let's consider those that are very important that we have to make use of from time to time. Number one is your period. Period is also called the full stop. A period is used at the end of a statement. That is, it is the punctuation mark that is used at the end of a declarative sentence. We call it period to indicate the end of a statement. For example, today I learned how to use a period in English. See, you can see at the end here, you can see that there's a punctuation. That dot there is what we call punctuation in English. Very simple. So whenever you have ended your declarative statement, ensure that you end it with a period. We also have what we call the exclamation point. Some other point you can other time you can call it exclamation mark. It means the same thing. An exclamation mark is used to show excitement or emphasis at the end of a sentence. So for example, you can say, I can't believe how great a day it is today. Exclamation mark is also used to express surprises, emotions of anger, all of those things like, oh, then you see that like I, like small letter I upside down. It's the symbol we use to indicate exclamation point in our speech. We also have the question mark. The question mark, just as the name implies, is used at the end of a question. It is used to indicate that this is a question that I am asking. I'm not just stating a fact, but I am asking you a question. So it is used. You can see it is used with the symbol you can see right there. And then the example is, can you help me carry in this box? You can see that is the sentence ends with a question mark. So that is used. So whenever you are asking a question and you're writing it, bear in mind that this is used in writing. When you're writing and you're asking a question, you must indicate that it is a question by the use of question mark. Without a use of question mark, it is not considered to be a question. It could be misunderstood to be a declarative statement or any other thing. So you have to use punctuation mark when asking a question. Then we also have a comma, very important and commonly used too, meaningful if you know how to use it creatively and meaningfully. A comma is used to separate phrases or items in a list. Example, I need to buy an apple, an orange, and a banana. You see, when you're making a list, the short pauses that you have in between those lists as you make them is what we call the comma. Now, I need to buy an apple, comma, an orange, comma, and a banana. Full stop. You see, full stop is always there to show that the end, the list has ended and that you have come to the end of the statement. So note it's very important. Semicolon. We also have a semicolon. A semicolon is used to join two independent clauses that are closely related. Independent clauses. Clauses that can stand on its own, but they are closely related. We use the semicolon. For example, you can say Musa went to the library to study. It was the only place quiet enough for her to focus. You can see how it is used there. We also have ellipsis. Ellipsis is used to indicate a pause or trailing off a point. Example, weeks later, you can see that the three dots, those three dots you see there is what we call ellipsis. I finally found my missing shoe. That's ellipsis to it. That yeah, there's a pause, but something like you forgot before, and then you have to recall it. That's what we say. Then quotation marks. A quotation marks are used to mark the beginning and the end of the quote or to show speed used in sentence. That's all. It is used in when you're quoting someone else's direct statement or direct speech. I'm excited to go to the zoo this weekend, exclaimed Molly. So you can see that Molly's statement I was enclosed in quotation marks to show that this statement is from Molly directly. That's exactly the words Molly used in making this statement. That's how we use quotation mark. We also have the apostrophe, and apostrophe is used to show possession that something belongs to you. For instance, you can say Jonah's new book of markers had 50 different colors. So you see, Jonas, you can see the noun Jonah, there is something like a full stop before the S. That's what we call apostrophe to show indication. Then colon. A colon is used to introduce a group of items in a series or introduce a code. For instance, um, we have Frank was going to buy three things. So you can see to introduce a group of words. Three things. One, a lamp, a couch, and a book. Thank you so much. We've come to the end of today's class and don't hesitate to reach out to me if you have any questions, comment on the comment section and I'll reply you. See you again in the next class. Hope you enjoy this class. Thank you. Have a wonderful time.